Ever had a dream that felt super important? Not the weird ones where you're naked at work or playing tennis with Stevie Wonder, although those are pretty wild too. I'm talking about the kind of dream that sticks with you even after you wake up. Like it's trying to tell you something big. Well, you're not alone. Some amazing ideas and discoveries have actually come from dreams. Take Albert Einstein, for example. He once dreamed he was zooming down a mountain on a sled, going super fast, almost at the speed of light. You might think, oh, that's just like a wild night out. But for Albert, it sparked the idea for his theory of relativity. And he's not the only one. Niels Bohr, another famous physicist, saw the structure of an atom in his dreams before proving it scientifically. Even chemist Dmitri Mendeleev came up with the periodic table while he was catching some Z's. And Auguste Cooley? He figured out the chemical structure of benzene thanks to a dream. Sounds small, but it opened up a whole new area of chemistry. Now, let's talk about music. John Lennon wasn't only imagining all the people, he was also writing songs in his sleep, like Number 9 Dream. And Paul McCartney? The melody for Yesterday was just playing in his head when he woke up one day. And guess what? He's been playing it ever since. Dreams are pretty amazing, right? They can inspire incredible scientific discoveries and unleash awesome creativity. But get this. What if I told you that you could control your dreams? Yep, you heard me right. Imagine being able to wake up inside your dream, fully aware, and do whatever you want. Fly, breathe underwater, you name it. That's the magic of lucid dreaming, an ancient trick where you're totally conscious while fast asleep. Think it's too good to be true? Think again. Thanks to a guy named Stephen LaBerge and some cool neuroscience stuff, we know it's real. LaBerge is a scientist and a passionate lucid dreamer. People have been practicing lucid dreaming for thousands of years. Even ancient Greeks like Galen and Aristotle talked about it. Aristotle once said that sometimes, even in dreams, we know we're dreaming. But it wasn't until the 1980s that science really got behind it. LaBerge and his team at Stanford University did some experiments. They waited until LaBerge was dreaming, then he signaled to them using eye movements that he was conscious in his dream. It was a big moment. It proved that lucid dreaming was legit. Now, thanks to fancy brain tech, neuroscience has gone even further. We can study the brain without cracking open skulls, which is a relief for everyone involved. It's like going from a medieval surgery to a high-tech lab. The old ways didn't give us much. Even when scientists looked at Albert Einstein's brain, they found nothing super special about it. Just that it was a bit smaller than most brains. Yeah, believe it or not, size doesn't always count. But as technology got better, like those machines that watch brains, we learned more about how our brains work. One big thing we found out was about neuroplasticity. That's when your brain can change because of what you learn and do. Remember this, because it's going to be important later. Now, what does all this cool tech have to do with lucid dreaming? Well, scientists can now show that lucid dreaming is more than just in your head. It's real physical stuff too. And if it's physical, we can measure it. By checking brain waves and how your brain works, scientists figured out how lucid dreaming happens. When you're having a lucid dream, you're asleep, but one part of your brain, the right dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, wakes up. This lets you be in the dream and know you're dreaming. We'll dive into more details later, but for now, just think of it like this. Something in your brain that's usually off during dreams turns on, and suddenly you realize, whoa, I'm dreaming. With that realization comes big power. Once you know you're dreaming, you can control the dream. You can do anything, go anywhere, be anyone. It's like having superpowers in a virtual reality game. But you're not just playing the game, you're making it. And you're not limited by some game console. You have the whole human mind at your fingertips. Pretty amazing, right? And I bet you're wondering, how can I do that? Before we dive into possible ways to achieve lucid dreaming, let's take a moment to understand how sleep and dreaming work. Every night, we go through 4 main stages of sleep. Stage 1 is when you start to drift off, your body slowing down as you transition from being awake to asleep. It's a bit like that groggy feeling you get when you're not fully awake, but not quite asleep yet. Sometimes you might even experience those sudden muscle jerks that make you feel like you're dancing without meaning to. Stage 2 is a light sleep without dreams. Your body relaxes more, and your breathing and brain activity slow down even further. By stage 3, you're in a deep, dreamless sleep where everything slows down, including your breathing and heartbeat. This deep sleep is crucial for your body and brain to rest and recover. Then comes the 4th stage, REM sleep. Here's where the action begins. Your brain gets more active and your body becomes still so you don't act out your dreams. Imagine avoiding accidentally punching yourself. Sleep isn't a straight road. During a typical night, you'll cycle through these 4 stages around 4 or 5 times, spending more time in REM sleep as the night goes on. By morning, you could be spending up to 90 minutes dreaming. It's pretty wild when you think about it, considering you spend about a third of your life asleep. Dreams are mysterious. Nobody knows exactly why we dream, and many folks see them as random events that just pop up during sleep. One minute you're drifting off, the next you're in a heated debate with Katy Perry over a talking penguin. But lucid dreaming flips that idea around. Lucid dreams aren't just random, they're there for you to explore and enjoy. But first, you've got to learn how to take control. Lucid dreams happen during REM sleep, just like regular dreams, but they're a whole different ballgame. Researchers at Frankfurt University's neurological clinic found that lucid dreaming is like a mix between being awake and dreaming. In 2012, scientists at the Max Planck Institute of Psychiatry discovered that when people are aware in a dream, certain parts of their brain light up, especially the part responsible for self-awareness, the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. This was a big deal because normally when you dream, this part of your brain takes a break. It makes sense since dreams are a bit like a playground where rules don't matter. But this part of the brain is also where your personality and sense of self hang out. So, when it wakes up in a dream, it's easy for your mind to realize, hey, I'm not really Dave, I'm Lord Zoltran, the space warrior. When you're lucid dreaming, your prefrontal cortex kicks back into gear and suddenly you're thinking, hold up, I'm not a space warrior, I'm dreaming. With that realization, the possibilities are endless. You're not just in the dream, you're in control. You can fight aliens with Lord Zoltran, explore the Earth's core, reshape mountains, or even have romantic encounters with deities. Yeah, you heard that right. Sexy dreams are a popular choice for lucid dreamers. But once the excitement fades, which usually takes a year or 2, most seasoned lucid dreamers set their sights on other goals, like learning new skills. Ever heard of neuroplasticity? It's the brain's superpower to change and adapt based on what you do or experience. So, no matter your age, you can train your brain to get better at stuff by strengthening connections between brain cells. These connections grow stronger the more you practice something, which is why practice makes perfect. And here's the cool part. You can hack into this amazing ability of your brain. So, what do you think? Share your thoughts below in the comments and hit that subscribe button to see next parts of this video, as this doesn't seem to be an end of this theory.